Hi, this is Bear here, and this is my second attempt. Like it's really a stat stacker. Really, let's think about it that way. It's a stat stacker. Okay, it's an expensive build, but since it is melee monk, and since we started with melee monk and we abandoned it because we thought melee was shit, this is the comeback story. Okay, so I want you to enjoy this video. I want you to have fun and peace out. I'm gonna turn off loot because there's no way I'm gonna play this 10 breaches with like loot everywhere. I can barely see anything at this point. Convergence, boys. The 2 breaches are joining. Oh no, it's a 3 breach. Oh no, it's a 4 breach. Okay. We'll loot all this later. Okay, maybe I'll grab that first. Maybe I'll grab that first too. Why am I getting... I really should get a thawing charm. I've just gone full magic fine, so... Yeah. Oh, door. Well, there may be more breaches, I don't know. We'll see. Let's go down here. Alright, time to loot, boys. Time to loot. Oh my god, there's not gonna be enough space. Holy shit. You can also count the number of splinters as well. I think that was 10 breaches, so... Ooh. Fun, fun, fun. I don't know why I'm picking up the catalyst, but I might as well do it while I'm on the way, right? And I probably need a better blue filter. There's just way too many things going through the filter at the moment. By the way, if you're wondering about what this build is about, it's mostly stat stacking, and if you want to know if you can play it, the answer is probably not, because it's super expensive. So, remember I was doing a league starter, a pretty cost-effective league starter gas arrow build. So that build basically just generated currency and didn't spend any of it, and I accumulated maybe about 200 divines, I think, plus. Well, couple of, maybe a 2000 exalt or something like that before divines kind of became the de facto currency of choice for big trades, but yeah. So yeah, I had too much money and I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do with it? And there was not really many builds available that allow you to like scale insanely with investment. I mean, you could definitely do Archmage, because Archmage was one of them, but Archmage was kind of expensive already because Captain Lance was buying up. I don't know, he already drove up the prices early because he published all his stuff really early. And so like it was kind of unattainable, but so I was actually thinking of doing stat stacking, especially Magic Find stat stacking, and then what was it called? Waggle actually published his build. The great thing is that Waggle kind of geared his differently. He's going Gem Legionnaire, and he's going mostly into like damage, and like he's going to raw stats. So he has a, I would say that he has an overall stronger character. But what I wanted is something that can clear fast, had good sustain, and you know, yeah, I can pop maps like these and just make a crap ton of currency at the same time. So I have no idea why I'm picking up transmute. But yeah, so yeah, this is the end result of that character. The way I've geared it is a little bit different to what Waggle has been doing. So Waggle is getting his resistances off his chest. I'm actually getting resistances from jewels. They're actually a pretty good way to solve for jewels. resistances by getting like corruptions on implicits for jewels. As long as you're not too picky, yeah. I kind of feel like jewels don't really like have any purpose for. They don't really do much for stat stacker. You want stats, like, and you don't get them on jewels anyway, unless you corrupt for stat implicits. But you know, it's just far cheaper to just get like resistance implicits, you know, and stuff. Probably could go a Dawn too, but I haven't really like thought about it too much. I think a Dawn is like kind of really expensive at the moment, and I kind of had to pay already about 200 over divines to just get my foot in the door to get the core items running. Thankfully, some of the items were shared with my gas arrow, so stuff like ingenuity is shared, so I don't have to buy another one. But I had to get stuff like the chest armor. I had to get stuff like the Astra Mantis, and Astra Mantis is like really expensive. I think I held off on it too much. Should have bought it a bit earlier, but thought to myself maybe I could just wait. So I had to pay a lot. I think probably it's like the biggest item I had to pay for outright. Cost like 85 divines or something, which was most of my cost. Since the rest of it was just in exalts I bought earlier. Like the chest armor I bought for like 150 exalts back when nobody was keen on doing stat stacking. But yeah, I'll show you later the breakdown of the build and how it works, and then the overall cost. I do think like it's kind of unattainable, meaning that since no one's really able to build this unless you have like insane amounts of money, and those people with insane amounts of money are either group players or COF RNTers, so very few probably solo players can afford this, unless you have been like being very efficient with your time. Even like right now as a solo player, even having played for this much and over the course of what, almost 2 weeks, if you ask me to pay current prices for this build, I wouldn't actually be able to afford it. So just saying. Maybe you could just like farm sanctums and get lucky and get a, what's it called again, Temporalis relic, yeah, then maybe that will fund you for a good portion of the way, but just yeah, your cost is just prohibitively expensive at the moment. Okay, am I done with looting? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, that was 137 splinters. Not that amazing to be honest, but this layout is like pretty shit. If it was an open map with 10, you get a lot more splinters, I feel. It's just a lot of it is just backtracking through areas that are kind of dead. Anyway, yeah, let's cover the build and then you have a pretty good idea how this operates. This is pretty much similar to Waggle setup. Difference is, while Waggle is focused on damage through Storm Wave, I don't think Storm Wave's like worth spamming in maps. You're just better off just flying through it. Yeah. Wait, let me just sell this first. Alright, let's cover this. I haven't actually socketed everything yet. I would ideally want Magic Find in the sockets, so probably will take some time to get there. Need more currency to get there actually. Have I run out of divines? Or no, I actually have divines now, right? Yeah, I have divines now. But I think I want a better version of this. Either more stats or 1 to 12 with the 4 attack speed, but you know, that's like kind of insane already, so very hard to find another of this. Yeah. So like all stat stackers, you're gonna run Mirror Invictus Grand Regalia. For Vago, he's gone for 5% attributes and 10% auras. I've gone for 5% attributes and 10% rarity, and then I've socketed rarity in this. So this is a 100 rarity chest, 100% rarity chest. 3 dragons is for Herald Eyes. You need Herald Eyes for that insane like screen white clears. The AoE of the Herald Eyes scales off your star stat here, your area effect for 5 intel. That scales the Herald Eyes AoE. So AoE is huge and stuff. You also get freeze on your Tempest. So Tempest Flurry will freeze as well as Electrocute. I'll show you why Electrocute later. Which means that anything that doesn't instantly die is gonna just be stun locked, and you're gonna drop bells on them and they will die anyway because of the bell damage. You want at least some spirit on this, so I've gone for 29 spirit, and that's just to get all your reservations. Pillar Cage God. Differing opinions of what is strong. Some people like the 12% weapon damage. I don't think my strength is high enough for this to like be really worthwhile. Well, what I wanted was base attack speed, because base attack speed is a more multiplier, but also because base attack speed is basically my mobility as well. How fast I zoom across the map is dependent on how fast I attack. So if the base attack speed goes up, the base clear speed goes up too. The movement of this Tempest Fury scales off both your attack speed as well as your movement speed, so you do need movement speed. If you drop your movement speed, your distance travel on Tempest is actually lowered. So yeah. Yeah, so Pillar Cage God, attack speed implicit, and then attack speed corruption, and then you socket with more attack speed, so you get like 1.65 attacks per second base. Not too bad. Astromanders is like insane stats. Very hard to replace this. In fact, this is the thing that cost me the most, I think. Anoint for insightfulness, that gives 6% int. Your base int is basically your damage because it adds your flat. And flat sources of flat in POE2 are actually very hard to come by, so yeah, int is your priority at all times. Triple attribute breach rings, ideal. For me, getting them with rarity is also something I wanted to do, so I managed to get them on 2 of them. There's some flat on it, but not significant enough. Alright, Hands of Wisdom action. This one was cheap actually because I was lucky. I sniped this for about 12 divines, but honestly, getting this is very hard as it is, so I might not improve this. I might not get an upgrade of this. I might just ask about this or get the 10 rarity on this. But we'll see. Endurity is expensive now, but at the time when I bought it was like 500, 400 exalts. Any boots that solve your resistances will do. If my resistances are kind of like overcapped, like right now my fire is kind of overcapped, I might want to drop that to get either rarity or get int, right? Int is more damage. So yeah, those are pretty cool. I'm in the market for replacement, but probably want to snipe one cheap, like maybe under 100 exalts, the kind of thing, or at least 1 divine or something like that. Flasks are just pretty straightforward, yeah. Double golden charms. Yeah, in short, this is a very expensive build. Yeah, melee is viable, but you know, you have to pour 400 to 300, 400 divines into it, and then you have something that is amazing. But like, my take is like, I already gave you a budget build. The gas arrow build is the budget build. You can start that even now with like 5 exalts or 10 exalts and start doing like T15 maps. But this is the, if you really want to enjoy the game for what it can potentially do for you, yeah, then you giga invest and get the lower currency and then farm like crazy. You're just killing stuff because it's fun to kill stuff now. It's not really because you know, you're making more money out of it. Like, yeah, sure you can, but what's the point? Let's look at the passive tree. Yes, most stat stackers are generally Legionnaires because you get 6% stat. You also get a double effect of your stats, which is pretty sick. The thing with gambling I didn't like was gambling doesn't really solve for recovery. Like, gambling doesn't have any recovery at all. They almost heavily rely on flask, And like imagine having 6k mana and trying to fill that up with a flask that refills maybe about 800 or 600 or something like that. You 10 button presses to fill your mana. It sounds ass. So yeah, Waggle does that, but at the same time I do feel that Waggle can get away with it because he one-shots bosses. Sustain fights, no, not really. And sometimes in mapping, sustain mapping, he probably has to slow down because he's just taking too much damage. So Monk, for two reasons, Monk gives Chayula Monk basically gives percentage based recovery based on your flames. So even if I have like 8k mana, I will recover 18% or 20% of my base, depends on how much percentage mana leech increase I have, but I will recover a sizable percentage just running over blue flames. So, and since I'm constantly moving, it's not gonna be hard to run over blue flames, to be honest. I just point in the direction of blue flame and travel there. You know. Well, I misclicked, sorry. Pathing is pretty straightforward, as many in nodes as you can. Skill C is nice here. You wanna go for like any node that gives you stat is great. So like this one gives you stat. It also gives you attack speed, so that's nice too. Down here you get accuracy rating equal to your int, right? And you get like 800 int, so this is like 800 accuracy rating here. More accuracy rating is actually more attack speed because of this. You definitely get more attack speed overall in gemling just because gemling will double your bonuses from accuracy. So accuracy's bonus is like 1 dex is 5. And then like it doubles it, so 1 dex is like 10 accuracy, and then you get like 5 times 10, 500 times, like either you get 500 or 600 times 10 is 6,000 accuracy. This node doesn't really compare, but you know, gemling, as I said, gemling has recovery issues, so I prefer to solve it on monk, and also because I've already got monk level, so why not. Monk great thing as well is you have the ability to then do mind over matter and then recover your ES along with your mana with flames. So I can have an ES pool of like 800 and it doesn't feel bad. I can actually keep this up permanently most times. You can use Eternal Youth to get your flask to fill it as well. And then when you start eating your life, for example, stuff damages your life, you can always like spam your pots and then get red flames to get your life back. Yeah, that's the whole thing. All the pathing here is just to maximize jewel sockets. Because if you went Waggle setup, I think Waggle setup is just way more expensive now because percentage res and attributes is like way more expensive than rarity attributes. Rarity attributes is still kind of cheap. Although I wouldn't consider 500 divines kind of cheap, but Waggle's chest is kind of 200 divines at the moment, or 150 to 200 divines at the moment. Yeah. So a lot of your res is solved by jewels, so like implicit here, you know, implicits, all your jewel implicits have to have resistances. You also want to go grand spectrums, so I've gone rare spectrums here. I've got a few of them with like implicit corruptions. Actually, all of them have implicit corruptions with res or int. You want definitely a double res against the darkness at this location, so this gives me 5 and chaos res. So right now I'm capped for Ellie and like 31 for chaos, which is, I think is like good enough. But the great part about this is if you look at my magic find, I am sitting at 152%. If I fill all these sockets in this socket, so that's 180% magic find total. Yeah, pretty insane amounts of MF, to be honest. And then extra charm slot here. Yeah, so let me just show you the pathing of the passive tree. So up here, stat. Resonance is for charge stuff. So you're going to get frenzy charges off combat frenzy, and then profusion. I actually have a way to. I actually have over generation of charges. I can spend it. I am considering putting in another skill that spends it. So like flicker strike, or yeah, I think flicker strike would be best because flicker strike gives me mobility as well. But I haven't really like figured out what exactly I want to do yet, so I have left that open-ended. But resonance plus combat frenzy basically gives me free frenzy charges. The free frenzy charges turns to power charges. Power charges can be used for charge stuff, can be used for anything else. Charge stuff is not really there for like the flat damage. It's mostly there for the extra effect. So the shockwave, right? Because then you proc bell dealt 2 times. Then yeah, so that then at Eternal Youth you path here, get socket, path here, get more attack speed, get evasion and increase dex, get more sockets. Up here dex with staff nodes, socket, accuracy speed with attack speed with accuracy, socket. You notice a lot of attack speed basically, just for mobility. Lucky damage is great because you're non-crit. This is just for free pen for 2 points. It's not too bad. All the extra points is because it gives you damage as well as in this case here, small passives for res. You know, aren't these supposed to give res? Oh, maybe not. It does not. Huh. Okay. Then I can refund this. Wait, let me just check. 31 if I drop it. Yeah, wait, hold up. Only these ones? Okay, then that's fine. I'll just do this then. Huh. Interesting. How much extra armor do I get if I like? Okay, maybe I fucked up there. Should have just gone like this. No, I think it should. Yeah, I should definitely do this. Oh, I do this. That's so interesting. It doesn't count this as notables, as in small skills. That is interesting. Huh. Right, and this I guess. Yep. And then res goes to 40, fire goes insane. I can actually drop fire I think from multiple sources. And then like get more chaos. I can probably cap chaos to be honest. Alright, then yeah. You path up here, mostly to get int nodes. This gives you a sizable amount of energy shield with no downside. You want to increase lightning damage per 10 int because you have so much int, and then Mind Over Matter is just so that you turn your mana pool into EHP. So in total you have like 4.8k EHP. So just about as tanky as the gas grenade build, but just way faster. Also better res overall. Evasion has dropped though from like 80% to 54, but what can you do? Yeah. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. See you guys. I'm out. I'm probably gonna keep making this character stronger and stronger until like I get to a point where I don't think I can do anything else with it. Yeah. And then probably want to do pinnacles as well as this. Right now I have avoided pinnacles. I don't think I have the damage yet. Because like if you look at my links, I have a 4 link and a 5 link, okay? I need to find a 5 link skill that I'm happy to use for my spender and maybe not Stormwave. And then Tempest Fury, yeah. For mobility is like, oh yeah, about Tempest Fury, your speed at which you move is based off your attack speed and your movement speed. So movement speed affects your distance travel, and attack speed affects your like how fast you travel that distance. I think skill speed matters as well. I'm not too sure, but now that you know this, yeah, don't skip movement speed on boots. I tried doing that once; it felt slower. All right, see you guys. I'm out. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.